I asked him, I've asked him multiple times, and of course the answer is the same, but I remember the first time I asked him about like, hey, what gave you the confidence or allowed you to go from like idea, where this is just an idea in my head, which I think a lot of people have ideas in their head of like becoming an entrepreneur or starting a business, to actually making that leap, and then especially being married with three young boys, and and so when since he was in Vietnam, when he got out, he would read a lot about Vietnam. And one of the things that he had read about multiple times was about the Vietnam boat people, is what they
Yep.
called them. And so people were fleeing the North Vietnamese, um, and they would get in boats and they would just go east. And a lot of them would make it to America or Hawaii or wherever. But for those that got to America, they didn't speak the language. They didn't have any money. To your point about not knowing anybody, your neighbors, they didn't know anybody. And they would somehow, some way, in some cases, they would start a business and make it. It may not be a Fortune 500 company, but they made it and their family made it. And so he actually kind of drew some confidence from that and thought, well, geez, if these people can make it and they're in the hole, they, they don't have any money. They don't know how to speak the language. They don't know anybody. And if they can make it, here I am. I'm a college graduate. I know the language. I have, all of these things working in my favor. If they can make it, I can too. And so, but I will say, when he started the Wild Birds Unlimited, I mean, he's told me this. He said, "Hey, Joe, I was never the smartest guy. I was never the best at this, the best at this." But he said, "There's one thing I could hang my hat on, is I could work. I could work really, really hard." And that's the thing that I saw and felt, was he worked incredibly hard. I mean, a lot of times he would sleep at the office. He hand built all the displays because he couldn't afford displays for the Wild Birds Unlimited store. I mean, he was working, all day, every day, because I think he knew, hey, I made this big decision. I got these three boys. I have this wife. I need to make sure I can provide. And I think that's also was a catalyst. He's a creative guy anyways, but I think that was a catalyst for his creativity, was really out of necessity. But you could feel it.